brought to you by TELUS.
Hi and welcome. I'm Mike Agarbo.
And I'm Mariam Murtosh, and this is AppTV.
It's anything and everything applicable to the world of apps.
This episode can be summed up in one word for you: location, location, location.
And to start things off, we're looking at Google Maps. It's an app that's pretty well standard issue on most smartphones.
Google Maps can show you where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. The easy-to-use features allow you to plug in your location and destination, select your mode of transportation, and presto, the route is literally all mapped out for you.
And although Google Maps is a great place to get things started, there's a lot more ground to cover when talking about location-based apps.
In this episode, we'll show you how to broadcast your whereabouts to your friends, organize an impromptu lunch meeting, and even use apps to access bus and transit route information.
Well, now we're going to take a look at something that'll help you get around. This is an app that'll turn picking a place for lunch with friends into something easy and kind of amazing. Check out Yelp.
I've been given the important task today of picking the lunch place for me and a few friends at the office. And rather than going to the same old usual, I'm going to use my smartphone, my Android, and an app called Yelp to help pick the perfect place. Together with GPS, we're going to do something a little fun today. There are several apps that can help you find a restaurant when you're on the hunt, but our choice is a fantastic little app called Yelp. So now I select restaurants and I get either a list or a Google Map-like interface showing me all the nearby restaurants. All of this information is given with a rating, a price range, and whether they're open or closed. No clicking into websites or advanced screens for the basic information you'll need. Yelp also has this really cool feature built in called augmented reality. It uses the phone inside your camera to help map out your searches in real time. It's a real eye popper. From the main screen, try clicking the monocle button. Check this out. Hold up your phone like you're taking a picture, and virtual push pins will hover over your display if there's a search result nearby, in this case, a restaurant. Here's a cool place called the Poorhouse. It's got 4 stars and it's close to everybody. Let's check it out. If you want to see what kind of food they serve and maybe skim a few reviews, just click on the tab and you'll get photos of the food, along with a web link, a phone number you can tap to call, and other useful information. Yep, here we are at the Poorhouse. Now, rather than texting my friends or even emailing them, I'm going to make it a heck of a lot easier. All of the folks at the office use the application Yelp, so what I'm going to do is use the check-in feature. That way, they'll know exactly where I am. Let me show you how it works. First, in order to check in, you're going to need a username and a password arranged, but you only need to do it once, and the app will remember your information for the next time. From there, just press check-in and the push notification is sent through the air to my colleagues and they'll know where to find me. The app is easy to use for basic information, but there are filters, bookmarks, quick tips, food recommendations, and more under the hood if you need more. As you can see, GPS and apps really do go together. Virtually everything from finding locations and even decisions on where to go are easier with apps like Yelp. And because Yelp is available for free on almost every smartphone, there's no reason not to try it. The best part, once my food gets here, I'm going to take a picture of it. After I eat it, I'm going to write a review, and I'm going to let my friends and everyone else who wants to try out the Poorhouse see what I thought of it. Now, oh, thank you. Only my friends would get here because I'm starving.
Well, we've just shown you how to find lunch and get your friends there. Now, how about we look at our Hot 5 apps to get your groove on when you're hitting the town? First up, whether it's an ATM, gas station, pub, or nearly anything you can think of, we love using AroundMe. It's quick, uses your GPS to do the thinking for you, and it's available free of charge. Well, speaking of pubs, you might want to keep yourself in check with the DrinkTracker app. It tracks your blood alcohol content as you enter what you're drinking based on your age, gender, height, and even weight. And hey, not all nights go as planned, and that's when a fake conversation can save your evening, giving you either a fake script to repeat or a fake voicemail to get you out of the place. You'll be out the door on your way to freedom from that terrible date in no time. And hey, if you're between places and nature comes calling, you'll find SitOrSquat handy to find the closest bathroom. For the queasy or the germaphobes among us, you'll find ratings and even photos to help you out. And to liven a night out with friends, check out BarCards. It gives you dares and challenges in a scavenger hunt style card game. Solve your cards and someone in your group has to buy you a drink. You're likely to meet new people along the way, some possibly questioning your sanity.
Everyone has places to go, and getting where you need to be on time is made a lot easier with the help of some great navigational aids, like the 3 apps we're going to be looking at today. We're kicking it off with a look at TDOT and TTC Mobile, the Toronto Transit Commission app. This connection to the Greater Toronto Area gives you a complete look at the public transit routes, bus numbers, and connections to trains and streetcars. With a direct link to ttc.ca, you can get instant information about delays and indications as to when the next bus will show up. Now, what you need to keep in mind here is the bus coverage on the TTC app is outstanding, but there's not much about the subway or streetcars. Those are better covered on the TTC's Red Rocket app. The TTC app also takes up a fair amount of space when you download it, so be warned. Up next, it's the West Coast turn, with a look at a similar app for Vancouver, the Translink app. It covers the basics like schedules for buses, trains, the C-Bus, and even the West Coast Express. The Translink app also provides information on the SkyTrain regarding delays right on the start page. And if you're not in a rush, after all, this is the West Coast, feel free to engage the Trip Planner feature and find some interesting destinations to head off to. Now the downside. Although the app gives you street names and locations when looking for bus or SkyTrain stops, it lacks a mapping feature, which makes navigation a little tricky. So maybe you're a high roller and public transit just isn't for you. Or you're just in too much of a hurry and you need a cab, and fast. Welcome to Rocket Taxi. This app covers 16 countries, 10,000 cities, and over 27,000 cab companies. And all of that info is right here at your fingertips. You want to talk about connected? This little app acts as a GPS to find the taxi company closest to you. It can give you an estimation on the fare based on your route, and can even do currency conversion to let you know how much the damage might be if you're in a foreign country. You can also mark your favorites if you find a cab company you like. And this is not restricted to big cities. Rocket Taxi features info on cab companies in a lot of smaller towns too. It doesn't even need an internet connection once downloaded, which, if you travel a lot and are prone to finding yourself in places that aren't as connected, can make all the difference. So there it is. With apps like these, you can get virtually anywhere. The journey of 1,000 steps starts with but a single download.
Coming up, we're going to go head-to-head with TomTom and Garmin to see which is the best app for navigating. And we've got to look at a game that's all about locations and owning every single one of them when AppTV returns right after the break. Well, we're not always close to home, and some of us travel more than others. Thankfully, there's always apps there to help you out as warm and comforting as a plush seat on that first-class flight. Here's your Hot 5 apps for when you're far from home. Your one-stop shop for keeping track of those flights without phoning the airline or looking on a giant board for your flight is FlightTrack. With real-time updating, maps as well as information on delays and cancellations, you'll be enjoying your location rather than stewing over the tediousness of flying. Well, math hurts my head, and converting currency without pen and paper, or at least a calculator, gives me a migraine. Luckily, the Currency app is quick, easy, and elegant for those out-of-country shopping trips. Travel Scramble's the most organized of minds, but TripIt can really put your ducks in a row with itineraries, and it updates your information right from your emails as well. Put on those headphones, walk around, and turn on the HearPlanet app. This app will tell you about nearby attractions and read you information from Wikipedia as you stroll along. Who needs travel companions? Not me. Blackberry users in need of a Swiss Army knife app for travel should go no further than TripCase. Flight updates, hotels, and itineraries in a clean and simple interface.
As far as apps go, this one is among the best dressed. You likely know it by the little man in the top hat and tails. When it comes to locations, this app is prime because it's all about places and buying them out from under your fellow real estate mogul wannabes. Let's head past Go and hit the Monopoly app. It's the digital version of the classic board game. The object? Make your way around the board and try to own as much of it as you can without breaking your bank. Remember gathering around the board with your friends and watching as they tried to organize their money and property cards, which led to one of them accidentally bumping the board? That usually sent it all flying into a papery blizzard of capitalism? Well, this little app takes care of all that by bringing this nostalgic classic into the portable digital age, meaning you can play no matter where you are. Monopoly is a single or multiplayer app that takes the board out of the board game with its stylish environments, crisp animation, and simple, quick-paced gameplay. It's complete with 4 different difficulty settings, access to your music library, and game rules customization. Monopoly will make bankrupting your friends highly addictive. Most of your movements and property management can be done with some simple screen taps and watching the animated pieces move themselves around the board. Beats pushing a shoe or race car on your own. And a very cool feature is rolling the 3D dice by twirling your finger on the iPad. Monopoly is essential training for anyone who visits places and immediately wants to own them, meaning anyone who has the drive to be a mover and shaker. The saying goes, you can't get there from here. Well, that is no longer true. And we're about to prove that with a little real-life application.
We're going to have a race to find out what's the best GPS nav app for your iPhone. We're going to start here at Metropolis Metrotown in Burnaby and head all the way down to the Gastown Steam Clock in Vancouver. I will be using TomTom.
And me, have Garmin, will travel.
Looks like we're just heading down Willingdon here right now, and soon we'll hit the freeway, and hopefully that'll be my secret to success and get me to the Steam Clock faster than Miriam.
The Garmin GPS is telling me the fastest way is to take Kingsway to Powell. I love it, only 3 steps.
So TomTom's actually used by 45 million people. That's a lot of people not getting lost. What I like about it is that it actually downloads all the maps into the app itself. It's actually about 1.5 gigabytes, which is a lot. But the upside there is that you don't have to have a data or mobile plan going. You can simply use the GPS that's built into the iPhone.
Garmin Street Pilots lets you navigate through the streets of virtually any city with access to up-to-date maps in the area you're traveling in. Once you connect, you can download the information you need for the area you're in.
I turn ahead towards Clinton Avenue.
Getting a little crazy in traffic here right now, but we're just about to get on the freeway. So the nice thing about freeway driving, it also offers lane assist. And essentially what that means is it'll tell you what lane to get in when the appropriate freeway exit's coming up. Plus it also has different languages for the different types of voice navigation. And if you want to, you can choose between different color palettes for day and night driving to make it easier to view on the screen.
Boasting an exceptionally user-friendly interface, Garmin offers traffic avoidance and lets you multitask, so you can use your phone as your phone while navigating.
If a route has changed or if a new route has opened up, you can add them to the database to let others know about it. So TomTom also lets you triangulate your position with cell towers with the enhanced GPS to give you even more accurate read. It's almost impossible to get lost with this thing.
Garmin features speed limits for major roads, real-time traffic updates, weather reports, and also features voice instruction with Bluetooth or a headset, which is really handy when you're driving.
So we're just coming up on Gastown right now and can almost taste victory.
400 meters. Turn left onto Powell Street.
You hear that? Garmin knows what's best. You're going down, Agrabo, you're going down. I made it.
What took you so long?
Hey!
TomTom wins, yes. Okay, so we know that clearly I am the winner of this particular race. What did you like about your particular app?
You know what, my app wasn't that bad. The only thing I didn't like about it is that it gives me the arrival time, but it didn't give me the countdown time of how long it's gonna actually take to get here.
Well, TomTom does have that. What I liked about mine was that it was very intuitive. The menu is really simple to get through, and I like the Google search functionality as well, that I could search these destinations. The one thing I didn't like is all the extra features. If you want to get some of those, you have to pay a subscription fee, so that kind of adds up after a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm really bummed. How about we race again? Best 2 out of 3?
You're on.
Okay.
After the break, it's Foursquare and Gowalla. We show you how to use these apps to organize meetups and even save $1 or $2. All that and a whole lot more coming up after the break as AppTV continues. Android phones come with Google Maps with turn-by-turn navigation installed and ready to go for free. It also has Street View, Satellite View, and is typically more feature-rich than the iPhone counterpart. Is this all you need? Well, maybe not. This is your Hot 5 Android GPS alternative apps. Places directory is perfect if you need to go to a place like a restaurant, gas station, or hotel. It'll find the closest ones and show you directions along with ratings, photos, and even more. If you're going on a long trip and need to plan out rest stops, gas stations, and multiple routes, then WisePilot is an excellent way to go. Sometimes point-to-point isn't enough, and this is ideal for those situations. Locale uses your GPS in an interesting way. You can set this app to switch to silent mode for certain locations, or remind you to plug your phone in when you're at home. It's very customizable, and it can be really handy for those repeated tasks that are location dependent. Looped keeps you in the loop with friends and others who might be near you via GPS. It also lets you share where you're at with others through Facebook, Twitter, and more to give your GPS a social aspect. And finally, if you want to use maps on your SD card loaded onto your phone, then check out Copilot. This app gets you pretty close to a Garmin-like interface, minus some of the fancier features like Street View. There's a huge variety of apps available for your Windows Phone 7 device. Accessing the app bar begins on your Start screen. You simply tap the rightwards facing arrow located in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This will cause a list of apps to appear. What you want to do is scroll vertically through the apps until you locate one that you like. To open an application, you simply tap on its tab. If configuration steps are required, the application will now prompt you. New apps can be downloaded from the Marketplace. This is Microsoft's solution for all your smartphone needs. Always accessible, the Marketplace can be accessed on your Start screen. You simply locate and tap its tile. You can browse the Marketplace using a search term. Push the search key and enter your keyword. Marketplace will generate a list of apps that relate to that term. A wide selection of software is available for purchase. You can choose from a huge variety of categories, including games, entertainment, music and video. You can even browse travel packages and find programs to improve your productivity. It's all here. Tapping the icon of any app will cause additional product information to appear. Push the Buy tab if you want to make a purchase. This will bring you to the Confirm Purchase screen. If you haven't entered a credit card number into the Zoom.net website, simply tap Add a Credit Card and follow the steps. Now, all you need to do is return to your desired app's information screen, tap the Buy tab, and follow the prompts. It's also easy to remove an application from your smartphone. First, you'll need to open your application bar. What you want to do is tap and hold the icon of the app you intend to delete. This will cause a submenu to come up. Select the tab entitled Uninstall. You'll now be prompted to confirm your decision. If you still wish to delete the app, tap Yes. The app will now be removed from your device. So there's one thing to remember. Apps considered to be essential to Windows Phone 7 can't be removed. And that's all there is to it. I hope you have fun downloading all your new apps onto your Windows Phone 7 device.
When you're out enjoying a meal, at a party, or just walking around, you're sure to see people with their heads crammed down on their phones looking anything but social. Now, there's only so much emailing and texting even the most popular of us can do. But what they're probably doing is using location-based apps on their mobile device. There are a few aspects of these location-based apps that are really useful, and believe it or not, aspects that will give you bragging rights and save you money. Today we're going to look at the two most common apps, Foursquare and Gowalla. They're kind of the same and kind of different. Let me walk you through it. We'll start with Foursquare. Now the main idea is you want to connect with your friends, and wherever you go somewhere, you check into that location. Imagine how useful this is when you're out and about and want to broadcast where you are so others can meet up with you. There are perks to this as well, and believe it or not, a competitive social gaming aspect. If you check into certain places more than anyone else, you become the mayor of that place. There are other reward badges for check-ins as well, and with your peers, it becomes a fun little game involving bragging rights. Now some of you might remember me talking about saving money with these apps. With mayorships and check-ins, retailers are offering related discounts. Big companies like Starbucks, and we're here at the World Wet Bar, have participated before. And as this gets more and more popular, companies will be offering related perks and benefits, say 10% off or a free appetizer. Gowalla offers all of this as well, with a few more features. You can swap virtual items at places and even track where they go, which is interesting in a 6 degrees of separation kind of way. Another thing Gowalla lets you do is leave a location-specific note for a friend. When they check in there, they receive the note. So is Gowalla the way to go then? Well, it's not that simple. Gowalla is more oriented towards personal achievement than competition with your friends or peers. Plus, the simple truth of it is, more people seem to be on Foursquare, and I tend to find more check-in deals available there as well. One thing that is of note, Gowalla is reliant on your GPS to do its thing. Foursquare, well, you can check in pretty much anywhere, from anywhere. Both apps are free, and they both check into your Facebook, Twitter, and address book to see who's already using them. Understand that an aspect of these location-based apps is to be treated like a social game of sorts, and it's meant to be a lot of fun. You know, it wasn't long ago when we looked at people texting and we thought it looked insane. Now, most of us are texting too. I think the same could be with check-ins, as location-based apps are only getting more popular and popular over time. Now, if you excuse me, I got a mayorship to claim.
So we're almost out of time, but we wanted to squeeze in one last app for you to look at.
Well, it's a great all-around location app called Local Scope. What you want to do is open the app up and enter what you're looking for, or simply pick a category. From there, select between the list, map, or even augmented reality.
And if you don't like the selection and want to view things a different way, switch it up between Google, Bing, Foursquare, and Twitter, to name a few.
Well, that should just about wrap things up this time around. Thanks for joining us on our tour of location-based apps.
Hopefully, we've made getting around the world of apps a little easier for you. We'll see you next time on AppTV.
Thanks for watching.
AppTV has been brought to you by TELUS.